Hello there, dear viewer. It's been too long, my friends. Too long since I last played Fallout 4, I mean. I didn't miss you. I'm not crying, you're crying. Hello there, dear viewer, and welcome back to Fallout 4, where I recently went on a little building spree, and I would love to show you what I did to this charming place, Starlight Drive-In. It's a very good settlement spot, it has quite a lot of space, the building budget is, well, decent, and it's located quite conveniently on your way from the early game areas to where most of the fun happens. Now, I had to extend the settlement budget by exploiting the little glitch with the guns being stored in the workshop, extending your budget. I think there hasn't been a single playthrough when I wouldn't build something here. I had my Grand Hotel here and my Raider Lord Central, but this time I decided to take inspiration from what this place is initially. Well, sort of. I mean, it's not a drive-in theater, but when you first arrive here, there is a pile of wrecked cars in the middle, and I thought the settlers here started tinkering with them, taking it apart, studying them, selling parts for caps, and so on and so forth. So the theme is tinkering. And I use a neat little mod, Housekeeping Scavenging Deluxe, which adds a variety of scavenging stations that look like cars, motorcycles, tinkering stations, and so forth. It makes the scavengers tinker with them, and it gives a really nice ambiance to the place. The central feature, however, is more for gameplay than for roleplay. It's a huge loot farm, basically, which provides me with yaoguai meat, ammo, armor, and weapons for my provisioners and guards. It uses the cages from the manufacturing expansion, I think. Not sure which DLC added those at the moment, but it's a useful and silly thing. Can't wait to show you that one. Of course, as is the case with most of my empire, the use of electricity is restricted to what is absolutely necessary, so to that giant enemy farm, basically, and my cute little factory. It's still lit with oil lamps, forcing me to scan the area for oil almost constantly, so I had to also place my iBot pod here. Basically, it's the only place except Vault 88 in my empire that has electricity in copious amounts and uses stuff like iBot pods. But it still looks very nice at night with all the oil lamps, and my settlers don't get spoiled with luxury, so it's a double win for me. I am rather excited to give you the tour already, so let's head on in. Well, okay, let's see how it looks. First of all, the wall I built around the entire settlement is a little bit pointless, admittedly. If it was in the real world, it's well, it's made of some very thin metal sheet, and it wouldn't stop much more than maybe a mole rat, although mole rats dig under the ground, right? So maybe a very angry snail. Now, we have a dog here, a guard dog I catched with my contraption, my super duper contraption over there. I will show you that near the end of the video. We catched a lot of things. I'm also catching cats. I wonder how many cats I have. I have 3 here. I will try to build up a sizable population of cats in this settlement over time. So there is a little marketplace here near the diner, pre-war diner place. Here is our food store lady. She actually uses a store mat from Homemaker, so that it doesn't occupy a lot of space in there, in her booth. There's quite a few little barracks, also made out of supposedly salvaged pieces of metal. Some of them are very, very frugal, like this one, just 2 beds. There's also this. I don't exactly know what possessed me to leave it roofless. It's really, really shabby, but it's our training place, our gym. Every settlement of mine needs a gym. Where was my clinic? I think this is my clinic. I need to put some sort of a sign atop of it. So yes, this is our clinic. This one is actually a little bit, detailed. There is a little water dispenser, there is this here gurney, and even a wheelchair if someone needs it. Our provisioner tries to drag a drum into the wheelchair. Maybe the Brahmin is wounded or something, needs help. And yes, here is the housekeeping mod in action. This is a little table with a lot of chemistry equipment for the doctor's assistant. And doctor is Charles McDermott. I found him in some heavily irradiated place. As you can see, yes, a lot of my guards are already quite well equipped. As I said, a lot of oil is also going for the paint work of all of these armor pieces, not just the lamps. And here is a little manufacturing place using manufacturing extended. It adds something called auto butcher and robot disassembler. And if you put a corpse of a living creature or a robot here, you get a lot of nice stuff, useful resources I mean. So we get a little extra incentive to fend off the raids and harvest the raiders. And raids happen here very frequently because each and every cage that is here actually attracts more raiders. I just fended off a little gunner raid, and yes, this is my only robot workbench in my entire empire. This is the only place that is allowed to use it because it's such a tinkering place. For some reason, every single one of my playthroughs is with the automaton questline. I can't really play without it. I like defeating the Rust Devils. They are satisfying, a satisfying foe to defeat. Cal is repairing some power armors. For me, of course, it's just for show. He is just a scavenger, but it looks neat. And there's a few other scavenging places like this here. A wrecked car, another wrecked car, and an old motorcycle that is being worked on currently. There should be also a person here. She probably got lost. There is a little bit of a pathfinding issue with such a huge settlement with so many people. There is a little farming area here. And it's, for some reason, Ada decided to become a farmer. I did not assign her to that, but probably there was some free, unused, unassigned food source here in the field, so she decided to go there. Fine. And some quarters for my settlers are a little bit more detailed. This one here has some paintings and some better beds and some places to sit and relax. Nothing extremely exciting or special. It's something. Move on. Oh yeah, and Preston is sporting a full set of power armor, of the best possible power armor I could possibly make for him. Without a helmet, because I can't look at him without his iconic hat. There's also a single workers' quarter here in a little container, a shipping container, and that's an idea that I'm about to use more in some other builds later on. Now, my place here in Starlight Drive-In is just an extension, sort of the original workshop. There was this here workshop shed, so to say, which you encounter at start, and I just decided to expand it with the appropriate building tiles from the warehouse set. Yes, and also decorate it with the overgrowth from settlement markers, I believe, another mod. It allows a lot of sort of ambient animations. You can place animation spots around your settlement, but also a little bit of decoration on top of that, and I really like to put flowers on everything, of course, because I am very masculine. And yes, this is my place. It's a very, very humble abode, because I don't really live here. I very seldomly stay here. It's mostly a stop. I just drop by and repair my power armor. That's the most use of it, and maybe craft something here on the chemistry station. But I also have outside a neat little cooking spot with a place to relax, and of course a coffee station and a donut fryer. I cannot live without those anymore. Donuts are very useful. Awfully and oddly, they are quite useful because they don't weigh much and they give you nice boons when you are well fed already, and just in general if you are not playing on survival. But I am always playing on survival because I am so special. This is the only sort of Carter's bunkhouse that is sort of detailed with appropriate objects from a mod that I can't remember now, but with these little group clutter objects, and another bit of workstation. And that's basically it. But it looks like, you see, they have lockers, they have a place to write home at and to eat, so it's Again, maybe not the most epic place I've ever built, but it's nice and cozy. Everything is lit with mostly candles and oil lamps. I even have a mod for wall-mounted oil lamps, which is a necessity for me. I have no idea why it hasn't been a part of the original vanilla experience since launch, but what can I say? It's Todd's mind, the genius that has given us Starfield. Right, yes, it's a little bit weird that you would have a fortified position in your settlement with all the many turrets aiming inside the fortification, not outside. Sadly, well, maybe we would need to wait a day, because I can see a few cages still wait for the catch. But I will show you the inside of this mob farm, let's say. Oh yeah, and I think I have a cat. I have another cat for the settlement. Lovely. I will call you Snuffles. I believe you must be a third or fourth cat called Snuffles here in this settlement on my empire. Anyway, they all look the same, sadly. I'm sure there is a mod to make a more diverse population of cats. Now I need to repair this. Do I have some soft-shell Mirelurk meat for this? Oh yes! As a matter of fact, I do have a soft-shell Mirelurk meat. So let's prepare it for another feline friend. Right. We are entering the farm. There is a door, the automatic door, so that nobody enters without my permission. Preferably nobody enters or leaves, actually. And there is a deathclaw cage, although that is not the most important bit. I have 2 Yaoguai cages here, because, of course, if you make Yaoguai roast, the prompt will tell you it increases your melee damage by 10. But it actually increases your melee damage by 500%! 5 times more melee punch. And since I am using a modded sword, which is wonderful, and this is a character that refuses to go very too modern, he will make concessions. Well, you know, his favorite weapons is this here harpoon gun and this here sword. So he needs a lot of help to survive, and one of these extremely helpful items, well, the most helpful item is Yaoguai roast. So I need 2 Yaoguai, and for that I need also rat stack cages, so that I can fix the Yaoguai cages with the rat stack. And for that I need a carrot farm, which is not in this settlement actually. There are a few carrots maybe planted here and there, but there is another settlement for that. But I need a carrot farm to repair the rat stack cages. So there is a little bit of a chain here, and the Brahmin is for something I don't remember. There is an extra Brahmin, they produce fertilizer, it's good to have them. And that's basically it. There is a few also Raider and Gunner cages. First of all, because they are space efficient. As you can see, it's very easy to stack them right next to each other, so it's a good use of space. I could use a few more cages actually. And they provide me with the arms and armor for my guards and provisioners, of which there is plenty. So I can also produce, of course, and I have a factory in Vault 88, which I will show you one day. It's very cool. So I think I will take a walk, maybe grab some resources in some nearby places, if there are any resources left nearby. I don't... maybe something respawned, hopefully. And I will thus give the farm time to collect the remaining few creatures, especially the Yaoguai. There's no point in activating my farm without at least 1 Yaoguai there. It's actually quite good to keep them caged for a while, because then Yaoguai will start attacking the settlement in which your Yaoguai cages are placed, and therefore you will get even more Yaoguai. It's often very good to just keep them caged and wait for the raids. It's more efficient that way. But of course, if you need a bit of resources fast, then you can activate it. I know what I can do in the meantime, while waiting. I can do thicket excavations, right? This place always respawns. There are always raiders here. Yep. Oh, thanks. Preston likes big guns. Will you surrender? Because that's like the only option, only reasonable option for you, no? Okay. Yep. Yeah, 2-shot harpoon gun.
We're so dead.
Yes, oil. Oil and acid that I can use to make more oil. Well, that was nice. Oh, great. There is a Deathclaw invasion at this point, and I'm out of my power armor. And also my Deathclaws are a little bit tougher than usual, due to mods. So this is great, but this is exactly as intended. Oh, this is a common Deathclaw, it will be fine. It's going to be perfectly fine. All my automated crossbows are taking it down. Oh yes, it's going to be fine. Everything is going to be perfect. Just all the fire from all my well-armed guards and from all this. Just oh, I'm out of harpoons. Luckily, the Deathclaws are out of life, I guess. Oh, this Deathclaw is lame. What a lame Deathclaw. Thanks. It looks like most creatures are there. Great. Time for a bit more chaos, but it's controlled chaos. Let's see who's the last man stand. Oh no. Ding. I've never experienced it from this side of the matter. It's kind of intriguing. So yeah, I am the last creature standing. Yaguai meat, exactly. That's what all the hassle was for. And yeah, some ammo. 45 I use from time to time. And now you are the last man standing. So after this is all done, you loot whatever you need. You know, rat stack meat useful, ammo useful, stim packs useful. Sometimes you get some highly modified weapons. You can detach the mods, or if you have appropriate perks, you can even use it for resources. Yaoguai, there should be another Yaoguai, or maybe we only have one this time around. Oh yes, this is my other Yaoguai, of course. So that's already 4 Yaoguai meat pieces. If I was a little bit more patient, I would be able to get even more. Now I need to enable the build mode to get out of here. Well, at any rate, the sun is slowly setting, and it's time for me to show you the evening shots of this lovely place. I think I'm quite happy. It's a bit less detailed than some of my previous builds, but it's very functional. I often come to pay a short visit to send my iBot out for resources and to maybe get some extra resources from the mob farm, from the enemy farm, which is rather amusing. And other than that, it has anything it needs. It sustains itself. Some of my settlements have no farms at all, no farming. They import food from other settlements, but this here is perfectly self-reliant. They have just about enough food for them, enough beds, enough water, enough of everything, and way more power than they need, but I thought that fusion reactor would be appropriate. I also have a ballistic ammo plant in that little factory room there, which I also often use, so this is not my most aesthetically impressive build, but one of my most practical places I've ever built. Very useful, and I am rather happy to have built it. And that's it for now. And next time I think I will do Vault 88. It's really fun. It's really fun. There is some fun machinery over there to show off. Anyway, it's been nice to talk to you, and we will see each other again. Bye bye.